got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you wanna talk fun, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop, D-R-O-P.
All right, that was rad. I hope you're enjoying our new intro music because I certainly am. I even got this new shirt from Only NYC that is a homage to the Beastie Boys. I feel like that song has a little bit of Beastie Boys in it.
Just a little.
Just a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Megs loves that song. I play it for her all the time. She can't get enough.
Soundtrack of your life.
Yeah, it rings in my nightmares all night.
It's your dreams and nightmares.
It's the drop. It's the drop. It's the drop. It's the drop.
You didn't even introduce yourself.
I know. I'm going to right now.
Okay.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
Word up.
Meg's already fed up. Thomas is on a higher plane.
Yeah.
Meg's on a lower plane. I guess we
well,
shouldn't talk about lower planes, really. Not a good topic.
Yeah, that's bad. But for
Vince Neil and
starters,
all.
we're recording this on a Wednesday. We already recorded this episode yesterday.
Dude, we do it was the best episode we've ever done. Both Robbie and I walked out here like, that was a good episode. Carl was like high-fiving everybody. Megan was like in tears. It was amazing.
Yeah, we had there's therapeutic stuff. Talked about rotten beef.
We should release it just so people can hear how bad the quality was. Maybe we just play a little clip of it now, Carl, and so that people can hear why we had to throw away an hour and a half to 2 hours.
It was just
time.
it was a corrupt file.
Yeah.
But if you're a robot, you could probably understand it.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah.
So you're in, how's the London training going? Really well so far, except for every time I do heel repeats, I tweak my groin.
So here we are again.
So we have to re-record the whole podcast. And I don't know how I feel about this because I almost think we shouldn't even touch any of the subjects we talked about because
We have to.
Okay.
We can't not talk about the Super
I
Bowl.
want to touch stuff.
And that's where we're at. Because part of the magic is not even knowing what I'm going to say next. So then,
Yeah, having a script is weird.
I don't know if Meg would call it magic, but
I mean, that was
sorcery, maybe.
It's funny because people mention us. We talk to people when we see them, and they're like, "I love the show. I heard this on it," and we're like, "I don't remember talking about half the stuff that people say stuff that we said."
Yeah,
because we are really. It's like a stream of consciousness.
Yeah, it's like we go into our own, like sweat lodge or something. Ayahuasca tent.
Ooh, what did they call those when they went into like the little meditation heat lodge or sweat lodge?
I think it is like a.
I think there's a word for
There's
it. Native American.
Isn't it a sweat lodge?
No, they didn't. They didn't say sweat lodge.
Are you
They
sure?
had their own language, the Navajo and
right.
stuff. They were like,
Anyway, Carl takes really good notes, and so he literally has all the topics we talked about yesterday, which was yesterday, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, we never have any idea. I know people try to, like, literally someone will message or send a comment making a reference to the same week's episode. I'm like, I have no idea
well,
what you're talking about.
I get mad because someone will make a comment and they're referring to like one of our jokes, and I'll be like, Megan, what the F is this person talking about?
Like
She's
you're angry at them?
Yeah, like 'cause it's
For
like
listening.
it's like a weird random comment, and she's like, "Oh, you guys talked about that." I was like, "Oh yeah."
Anyways, so you get the vibe of this. Imagine if this is your first time listening to this mess.
Yeah, you're out probably.
Dude, where have you been?
We're going to recap some running stuff, some really, really in-depth
The Canyon, Black
Sidious
Canyon.
Mag level running stuff.
Okay, if we're Sidious Mag, what character in Sidious Mag would you be?
I only know two of them.
Well, okay, which one?
I guess I'd have to be Chris because he's also a writer.
Oh,
he used to write for
is
Sports
he?
Illustrated.
Okay.
Well, he
And
used to
he's-
write for Sports Illustrated.
He's a little more laid back.
Yeah.
Stuff like
He's
that.
definitely more dedicated to running than I am, though. So I don't know. If,
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
he's like pursuing goals and stuff.
chasing the dream.
Yeah. Like track goals.
Do you
Could
think, though-
imagine pursuing a track goal?
No.
Not once you leave like high school. The problem is though, like I think that's his crowd.
Oh yeah.
So
no,
you gotta
it's great.
you gotta hang.
What they're doing is awesome.
Yeah.
So-
And I guess Meg, you be careless
Okay.
because or you could be Ashley, Aisha.
Yeah, Aisha probably.
Oh yeah, she's with them now.
That's who I should be.
She gave a hot take at the Millrose Games.
Did she?
Yeah, no more breaking world records.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
I mean,
I
they're
ran-
broken all the time now. It's just what it is.
She was nice. She came out to our Paris run. I ran with her and Massimo.
She's always been great.
She's awesome.
Her husband Will works for Under Armour,
Oh, that's
so
right.
he comes over every once in a while.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so are we talking about that or the Super Bowl first?
Let's talk Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. That was the big news this weekend.
Yeah, and I realized some of the stuff I said in the podcast that got deleted. I don't want to say again because I found out that Kelsey and Taylor Swift, they're Swifties, got mad at somebody who criticized Kelsey, and they went to his mom's restaurant and left bad reviews on the mom's restaurant.
Wait, Kelsey's mom?
No.
She doesn't have a restaurant?
No, Kelsey's mom did. The guy who said nasty things about
Oh,
Kelsey and
I was with you.
and Taylor Swift.
Got it.
His mom's restaurant got shafted by all the Swifties leaving
That's why
negative.
you don't talk bad
Yeah.
about her.
So I just want to tell you, your outfit, Mr. Kelsey, was amazing. I thought the sparkly shirt was a great choice. Your 1970s thing did not look bad on you when you were walking, crying through the hallways.
Yeah.
So don't get mad at me.
Yeah, you definitely didn't look like Will Ferrell in the cowbell sketch on a Saturday Night
Or
Live.
Ron Burgundy. Yeah. You looked great. And your date, she's not quite a fiance, but
She didn't deserve to get booed. No way.
No, man. Like,
No way.
Everybody wants to see her at a
If
football
everyone
game.
could hear what was said yesterday.
Miss Taylor, you're amazing, and I do think Serena was right. Don't let them boo you, boo.
Oh, she said
Did
that?
you guys have a favorite commercial? We didn't even talk about that.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, we did talk about one.
Oh yeah, we talked about the Skechers one. That was my. You know what? That was
is
my
the
favorite
best.
one.
That's the best one.
Look, the other one I liked was the Totino's pizza rolls.
That was my favorite with Tim
yeah.
Robinson.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know him. He didn't open up to me. Anyway,
Yeah.
Did you see there's a movie with him and Paul Rudd
I
coming out?
did see that. I can't tell if it's it's really a movie or if it was just a sketch trailer. It has to be a movie, right?
That'd be messed up if it's got to be a movie.
All right.
I mean, Paul Rudd doesn't have free time
Is
to be
it?
doing sketch.
It's a movie, but it's a long sketch, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but so the Skechers one,
Martha Stewart.
Speaking of sketches,
it was. Well, by the way, someone who did a review of the commercials spelled it with a T, so I was like, they can't get away from it. That one was amazing for not because of the creative or what they did, but because of the fact that, and they even used.
Wait.
It looks good on you.
because
in
of the fact of what you cut.
Or
you
slips-
dropped a thought there.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was like, this caffeine is really
I was
pumping.
gonna say, how many cups of coffee have you
Jeez.
had today?
Also, your name's Carl with a C?
Yeah.
Oh, you got vaccinated for Africa today. You probably
Yeah.
got all kinds of stuff running through your veins.
Yeah. I got
Dude, you probably have adamantium in your spine.
By the
bro.
way-
Okay. This guy's drinking a grande pistachio latte over here.
yeah.
And they spelled
Wow.
Carl wrong.
I'm going full octane.
Caffeine Carl over here.
Okay, before we get back to the Skechers thing, I'm going to tell you. So we got Carl and I got vaccinated because we're going to Kenya, and we had to get yellow fever and Hep B.
You had to contract those to
Yeah.
make sure you were.
We gave it to each other, and then we got inoculated for it. Anyway,
Dude, that's a good. You should have made a YouTube video about that.
Kenya Carl. So we get it, and we get there. I got to tell you, the vaccination places, they're like used car salesmen. They're like,
Trying to upgrade you?
dude, they wanted to give us all these shots.
They
So
look like they dress like Travis Kelce.
she's like, do you want to get this shot for this? Because if you're going to plan on eating anything over there, this is in the food. And we're like, we aren't going to eat.
It'll taste like an everlasting gobstopper if you get that shot.
If we had
You
walked
just
in
eat
there,
one piece of-
I ended up just telling her, I was like, they recommend these 2 shots.
Uh-huh.
If I hadn't said that, Carl, would have we walked out of there with like 30 shots?
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, you should have done it.
Yeah, it was.
What is it, like $500 a shot?
So we spent 1,000, 700, yeah,
Jeez.
like on shots.
Oh man, I would just at that point you could just fly to the Dominican Republic and get your own little under the table shot and go on a vacation too.
Yeah.
What's that?
We got malaria pills.
Oh, and we got malaria pills, and that wasn't even
Oh,
recommended.
I bet the black secondary market for those is crazy.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, the best thing was we're walking out, and I just get this shot, and she's like, "You got to come back for your second one." And if you get the second one, you'll be good for 20 years. And I go, I'll probably be dead in 20 years.
Yeah.
Carl's like, he's like, I was going to say, you're set for life. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
So I know he's thinking evil thoughts without saying it. If I open the door, then he'll come in. But
They really know that lasts for 20 years. You think you're at year 19? Are you still going in hard to the malaria zones?
going back to Africa, everyone.
Yeah.
Back to the motherland.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could risk that. That's cool.
Yeah. So back to Skechers.
So now, Skechers. Speaking of
Slip-ons. That's the thing. They're slip-ons.
right, so that was the commercial was for slip-ons.
So to paint a picture, if you didn't see it,
They're actually called slip-ins.
Oh, slip-ins.
but wait, read the tagline.
Nobody
though.
calls a shoe a slip-in.
Yeah.
Glide step altus.
Let me just slip it in.
Yeah, you're liable to get.
Break the mold in easy wearing, cushion comfort wearing Skechers hands-free slip-ins. Glide step altus. Designed with our exclusive heel pillow. What was the part?
Wait,
Did it
speaking-
say-
Dancing all around.
Speaking
the
of heel pillows, the only pillow I'll use is a
what?
lagoon pillow.
Oh, yeah. Is that
so
a-
if it's not a lagoon pillow?
Are they now they are.
Yeah.
If they weren't a sponsor before, they are now.
They're calling their midsole glide step geometric cushioned midsole.
That's good.
Dancing all around the word cloud, but never
Yeah.
touching it.
So anyway, if you haven't seen the commercial, they start off with Martha Stewart, and then they do some CGI stuff where it looks like she's doing some weird ass
Dancing.
dance moves. And I'm telling you, it didn't even look close to real. Like
I think that was intentional.
no, I don't think it was. It's kind of like all their ads. All their creative looks kind of like it was
Okay.
made in South America in a rural town.
Like it says cartoons where you just superimpose your head on it.
Like
a
her
jib
joints
jab.
weren't moving in the right places.
Do you know what I'm talking about? This jib
Yeah,
jab thing?
exactly.
It's like that.
It was jib jabby. Yeah. Boy, you're pulling one out. That was early 2000s or
Yeah, it was like hot for
2010s.
one Christmas season. And then
Yeah. Well, actually, that was a slower burn for like trends.
Yeah.
So that was probably good for like 2 Christmases.
yeah, because things move slowly.
And then they were like,
Yeah.
jib jab for Valentine's Day.
We were trying to remember that. Remember there was that quiz show game at the beginning of the pandemic that lasted for like 2 months where it was live and you could win cash prizes.
What?
I can't remember that one. I remember it sounds familiar.
This is like a year before the pandemic. It was like 2019. And it was right when Bitcoin was starting to get big too. And there's this like quiz show that was live and you could win money, cash prizes on it. Like, but they would split the pot between like a million
Live
people.
on what?
I remember this
On
like
an app.
you text your
It's kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it was,
Oh yeah, I know exactly what it wasn't even broadcast. That was just a
yeah, it was just an app. Yeah. It was just on your phone. It was
like you
called
downloaded the app and it would have like trivia
It's
questions.
called HQ, Quiz HQ or something.
That's it.
Okay, is that right?
I think that's it.
But I was weird. Like, whatever happened to that thing? It was around for like 2 months and then it was gone.
Maybe they realized that they had to put rules in place.
Yeah,
But
they were losing money at an insane rate. But these,
Oh, it's the same people who made Vine.
okay.
They're just good at making stuff that lasts for
Disappears.
a minimal amount of time.
poor Vine, man. That was basically not Snapchat. What's the one?
like
Yeah,
TikTok?
well,
Oh no, there was another one.
Periscope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Periscope, Vine. They were a little ahead of their time.
So Martha Stewart, which by the way, my wife mentioned that she went to prison, and my
Yeah.
kids were like trying to ask what she did and trying to explain that.
Kids
was
can't understand
the whole
that.
thing, and it's like she didn't really go to prison. It's kind of like a vacation. Like
I still think those are like prison. They're just not.
I could do that.
You can. You probably would too if you go to jail.
I wouldn't honestly hate going to jail if it was just for a month or 3, and I didn't have to deal with like getting beat up or whatever.
So Robbie would make the
you're
great.
cool in a cell and
He's
I'd like
like,
to
some
experience.
time out.
I feel like I could get some stuff done.
Yeah,
like
is
read
Robbie-
all the books I want to read and everything like that.
He'd write his novel. He'd be like, "Thank God the kids aren't here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. Like, I really mean this.
Food would be
I would
there.
not hate it. Yeah, you don't have to worry about cooking your own food. It's just provided by the taxpayer.
it's probably so good too.
So anyway, once she gets through with the
We haven't even gotten to the point of this.
yeah, so Skechers unveiled several shoes, that look identical
I mean,
Identical to On shoes.
show me that one.
Like if you were walking through the airport.
That's great. Like that's honestly
Let me see it.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
I have the same reaction I had yesterday, and it still feels the same. How
Wait,
like, I'm
there's
still
another
shocked.
one that looks closer to that.
I'm still shocked at the same level at how much that looks like the Cloud Monster.
Monster, yeah.
Or the Cloud Monster Hyper. Yeah.
So I got to figure Skechers at this point
What?
is just willing to pay the like co-design fee. They're like, yeah,
The lawsuit, you
yeah,
mean?
yeah. You helped us design this shit. Thank you.
That's what if On just forgot to file patents for it?
I feel like that's probably done.
What if they thought things got mixed up from Switzerland to here?
Do you know that Skechers is bigger than like I think it's like second to Nike or something like that?
Oh, the market, the valuation's absurd.
I mean, they made shape ups.
I think it has a higher price to earning ratio than Nike. It's like ridiculous. It's valued at 18 billion right now, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Which is
Well, think about
a
it.
lot.
Someone's going to see the shoe that we have on the table here, which happens to be the On Cloudsurfer 2. They're going to see that Skechers shoe that's $60 cheaper, and they're going to choose that one.
It's kind of like we don't need to go to McDonald's. We can make it at home.
Yeah.
This is what it is like at home.
Do you think anyone's ever successfully made McDonald's French fries at home that
No.
taste the same as McDonald's French fries?
They even have sold like White Castle fries. You get them from the freezer section, and you try to make. You can't do it.
Like even if you had a fryer with and you like did some reconnaissance and saw what kind of vegetable oil they
Seasoning
were
and stuff.
getting, and like
You got to like use it 4,000 times and wait till it's absolutely disgusting
No.
and then make your fries.
yeah.
I think that they actually formulate those fries, and unless you're getting the
The actual potato.
it's not like it's
consistency.
not cut from a potato. Those are shaped and from a mixture.
like a mash or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably like 40% potato.
Well,
What's cheaper than potatoes?
use it-
Wood
they-
chips.
Yeah. What are you
What is
doing
sawdust?
in the filler?
Oh yeah, like when the Parmesan cheese, they put sawdust in that or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's like some sort. It's like a wood pulp, but yeah, there's like to make it more. I don't know.
I just saw something pop up on my Instagram today that said that eating cheese before drinking
Cheese.
like does something to the liver toxins thing so you don't have the negative effects. And I was like, is this why in Italy?
Oh, that's why.
Are we drinking tonight?
No way. Do you
Cheese
think?
and wine.
So,
I did eat cheese at every meal in Italy.
That's apparently it helps.
Dude.
do you have any sayings or stuff that you use with Kimmy that are like repeating? Like if someone says it in the house, it always triggers like
Oh,
a
like an
comment.
inside joke?
Is that what I'm going after?
I know
Might
what
be
you
that.
mean. Like when I was in the band, we just say, I know the cheese line because we'd always say that too.
Okay. Anytime cheese is
Yeah,
said in the
didn't I
house.
lock you in a dumpster once?
Exactly. I got out.
Cheese.
Thanks for noticing.
Which is a underrated line in old school.
Yeah.
Not
It-
too many people.
I mean, I'm going streaking. Speaker City earmuffs.
Yeah, those are all like very obvious ones. The cheese one is like, you know. Yeah.
I've probably seen that movie 100,000 times.
That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great
And
film.
it keeps getting better.
So yeah, with Super Bowl, whatever.
You ran a race, Super Bowl.
I did run a race. Ran a Super Bowl 7-miler.
Did Kendrick Lamar show up at 3.5 miles and do a show for
Oh,
you?
halftime show.
No, unfortunately, and I don't even have a good like joke to come back on that. I was trying spinning the.
You
spinning
could be
the
like,
wheels. I was trying to do like a pun off that.
yeah, I don't know if like you were by a lake, Drake. I don't know.
I wasn't even by a lake. That's all.
Yeah, you are Loch Raven. You're Cromwell.
I?
Cromwell's on the other side of Loch Raven.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a reservoir.
Yeah, it's a man-made reservoir.
Yeah, they drowned a whole bunch of people to make that.
Did they?
I mean, they told them to get out of their houses first.
Oh,
then,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, but before we go there, like we had talked about the halftime show, and some of us just watched it like you would watch a halftime show.
Yeah.
And some of us picked up on the political message or whatever that Kendrick was giving. Did you now, because at the time yesterday when we talked about it, you guys hadn't really seen a lot of the Instagram posts. I was seeing all the Instagram posts that were breaking it down. Did you see those now?
Yeah, I had seen some of them before that too.
The thing that showed up in my feed the
cool.
most was how Serena Williams was there because she
The
Used to
Wimbledon.
date Drake.
dated
Well,
Drake.
that, but she also did the when she did the crip walk. She did that Wimbledon when she won in 2012.
Oh.
Which
Which-
is kind of like, and she was like really, like because of tennis, being a very white sport, it was like people criticized her for that, for doing it after her win. It was like, it was cool.
Is
But
it not? Is it not? Like it used to be Crips and Bloods, and like it was you had to pick a side.
Well, I mean, it's more like that. It's just like
No, but she was wearing blue,
yeah,
and Snoop is obviously
right.
famous for.
Yeah, I
it.
don't know.
But like, does that mean she's picked a side, or
I
did the Crips win?
don't think so.
It's not really like that anymore.
Yeah,
It's not like that.
Yeah,
It's over.
Yeah, it's more like
It's by section. Like they're bloods who hate other bloods.
Carl, our gang aficionado.
I feel like they didn't have enough exciting special guests. Like normally I feel like the Super Bowl they say is like one person, but then like 15 other celebrity singers come out.
You want to be entertained.
Yeah.
yeah. It was
It lacked that.
yeah. I thought there would be. I mean, SZA was there, but I thought there'd be more.
Well, we knew she was going to be there.
Right.
Well,
There's
Carl
no
and I were talking
surprises.
about
Yeah.
it. See, I think there's two different things here. He took the opportunity to create somewhat of a position. And I think that what he did was kind of interesting culturally for what he did. And it is kind of like he got the Super Bowl to pay for him to give a very strong, commentary on the United States. But I think what we're all used to is more like a y'all out concert. Y'all out, boy.
Y'all out
And we want to be able to sing along and party.
Entertain me.
Yeah.
Don't give me.
Yeah. I'm not here for learning.
Yeah. We're not learned people, but no. And he single-handedly brought back bootcut jeans in a moment.
Oh my gosh.
For women. Did you see all the women pulling out?
I did. Yeah. Man.
Like if you come in bootcut jeans, I'm sorry.
1999.
We're going to have to put a stop to that.
1999 American Eagle and Abercrombie are going wild right now.
Well, they probably have stock laying around.
By the way, do you know you don't get performance fees for the halftime show?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're just doing it. Well, you probably don't get paid for it, but the revenue that you get, like how
Yeah,
many
it's-
people downloaded
Right.
or streamed Kendrick
I mean,
Lamar?
you can't get a better publicity stunt than that. And the NFL doesn't have any money either. They're a charity.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Well, I mean, that's why they need Taylor Swift
yeah.
to bump up that revenue. She seems to know how to make money.
I think, yeah, she's good at
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but anyways,
So back to your race.
race was good. Did 7 mile trail race with the Baltimore Roadrunners Club puts it on, which is always a nice race. $20 you get. So you get a post race beer this time
Ooh.
and a pulled pork sandwich.
Did Ryan enjoy the
Oh,
beer?
wow.
Yeah, I got my kid drunk.
Where's the pulled pork
One
from?
beer would get Ryan. That
it gets me.
How much was in the cup? Was it like 16 ounces?
Yeah, it was a pint.
So compared to rye, that would be like a gallon of beer.
Half his body
like for
weight.
you.
Oh yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not gonna really figure out the logistics of how a beer would affect a child, but yeah. So Rye, who's my 8-year-old, we ran the race together, and we did. It was pretty awesome. Had a like a really nice just day. I mean, it's a pretty aggressive course. It's like 1,200 feet of elevation.
I've always been impressed when you take Rye out there because it's not a run. Like it's not like even like a 5K that turns into a 7 mile. It has got some serious elevation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a straight up just kind of plod your way through it. There's ups and downs, river crossings, it's technical trails.
Yeah, it's pretty much up and down the whole time. The first and last parts are somewhat flat, so it's really that 5 miles in between that's pretty gnarly. But yeah, we hiked the uphills, ran the downhills, and finished strong. He was we talked about this yesterday on the podcast, but when the last quarter mile, he just there's a woman in front of us, and he's like, I gotta catch her, and just took off. And honestly, it was pretty hard for me to keep up. He was just flying to the finish. And
So
I was
when
like, dude, this is crazy.
When he's going that fast, when
Yeah.
he's doing like 6:45 down the thing, are you thinking at the time I just got to keep up with him, and then later on you're like, oh, this kid's about to be somebody that I'm not gonna. He's gonna have to run with me versus me running with him.
Oh yeah, no. Afterwards, I was like, yeah, it's probably not too much longer. And like I was saying, it was age wise, you're like, oh, they're not going to be a teenager or whatever till 5 more years. But physical ability wise, I'm like, oh, you're not supposed to be faster than me, like like this young, or like in a couple, maybe like in 1 or 2 years, you know. But I don't know. It was cool.
I was able to
good.
hold the boys off for a long while, and then
I mean, but like you said, long distance, I'll probably still.
Yeah.
I probably still got him.
yeah, that's what you got to do. Is you got to make it long. Like
Just keep running longer. Ultras, 100 milers.
Yeah.
All right, first check in. This Thomas here, and I'm going to tell you some mental toughness is what we all need. I've been doing this for a while, and I still know that I have weak spots. And I was watching Safan Hassan today running the London Marathon, and I remember how awesome it was to see her. Well, this part wasn't awesome, but to watch her actually stop during the London Marathon, stretch her leg, and then she runs a little bit longer, and she has to do another stretch on it because it's just not feeling right. And you're like, it's over for her. It's her first marathon. She's already had to stop twice. The group is pulling away from her. But somehow mentally, she got back in the game, got up there, and ended up crushing the marathon and won her first London Marathon and her first marathon all at once. That's pretty impressive. So if she can tough it out and stay in the game, we can too. So next time that you're struggling or it's feeling a little too hard, you're breathing too hard, or your legs feel like lead, just remember things can change. Hang in there and try to finish up. All right, Meg, the heat is back. It's time for LMNT summertime edition or spring summertime edition. I've been using the winter, but now I'm transitioning back into
the straight LMNT packets.
with, you know how I like it.
Yes. So if you're not familiar, LMNT is an electrolyte beverage. They come in very easy to mix little packages, have all the electrolytes you need, plenty of sodium to keep you hydrated. It helps with maintaining steady energy. It improves your cognitive function. You get less headaches, Robbie.
Oh yeah, I took 2 of those. I took like 2 or 3 of those after the Miami Marathon in the heat.
Whoa,
and
2 or 3?
It brought me right back to life.
Okay.
Took my headache straight
The
right away.
cognitive functioning, I'm not sure it's working on me, but the rest is with the magnesium and everything. Regular water is boring after drinking this. I told Meg the other day I was making it, and I was like, I'm kind of addicted.
Yeah, and I love it for before the race as well as Robbie used it afterwards, but it also helps with muscle cramps and just keeping you overall hydrated and ready to go. So if you guys haven't tried it yet, you definitely need to. And if you just want to get a test of it, you can go to drinklmnt.com/thedrop, and then you can get an 8-count free sample pack.
I actually want Theo's running the track, and he's going to do it again this spring. So he did cross country, winter track, and he's going to do track this spring. Mm-hmm. And I was like, he was asking me if he could do a track spike review. I'm like,
Oh, all right.
yeah, let's give it a shot. Even if we don't publish it, it'd be good to get him in front of the camera and see if he's got But
That'd
like,
be cool.
Yeah, get in the next gen.
Wow, that's pretty wild. Yeah, it was good. But he always gets that side stitch cramp in the beginning of races. I think it's a nerve thing. Anyone has any tips? Anyone listening has any tips? Please let me know.
Well, you already said you kind of figured this out. That you think it's psychological.
Yeah, it is psychological. Oh yeah, so
Why don't you just punch him in the other side? And be like,
not a bad idea. Because he has been taking potassium gummies, like vitamins.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of supplements.
have you ever just thought of giving him a banana?
He did have a banana as well before the race.
But you said that he can, like, if he's playing a sport,
Yeah.
he'll be like sprinting and
Yeah.
all this stuff, and it doesn't happen. It
Right.
doesn't happen when you just go for a regular run. It only happens at races.
At race, yeah. So when he had that, I was like, it has to be a mental thing. So I just played this game. It's like an alphabet game where you just go and
Pokemon?
yeah, we pick Pokemon, so just name A through Z Pokemons back and forth. Which I did this once when I was not with the Pokemons, but one time when I was on this like arduous bike ride with one of my friends. We were doing this bike packing trip, and it was like, honestly, it's still one of the hardest things I ever did. Probably harder than most marathons. And we were doing that game, except we were doing Beatles songs A through Z, which is pretty hard. I think we did it. You think you could do it?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I mean, like
There
right
might be
now,
a
you
couple
said,
that we didn't get.
you said A, and I'm like blank.
Yeah. Well, off the top of your head, it's
When
it's
I
kinda
get dumb in a race, like we were doing the 50 miler, and I just like I was cooked, and then I just start counting my footsteps.
Yeah.
So it's like only the right leg. I'll be like 1, 2 as it just,
Okay.
and I just try to do that until my mind, like you stop, like naturally, you know how you stop counting,
Yeah.
and then you just.
That
start
sounds
over.
like you go to sleep.
Oh, you're counting sheep.
Yeah.
That's I'm hoping.
Forever.
Hoping the race ends
Yeah.
in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's like but because I'm kind of like you can go 50 more, run for 50 more steps,
Yeah.
and then I'll count it.
Yeah.
Up.
Well, that's what when we were at the Miami half, the dude Fabio who I was running with to help pace, and this is what I always do is you just pick out the next stoplight or
Yeah.
sign. I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, just run to that thing. Don't even think about the rest of the race. Just run to that. But then when we got to that back stretch before the finish, I was like, I can't help you. This is
I'm dying myself.
that stretch before the finish was like forever long. That had
Oh
to
my
be
gosh.
one of the longest stretches besides the Tokyo Marathon.
I
that
thought
remember.
Berlin has that weird turns.
Yeah.
That kind of extend it.
Yeah, that was a little annoying too. But
It was kind of crazy because someone DM'd me from the Miami Marathon. So the lady that fell over and hit her head on the like drawbridge or whatever. So there was about 5 of us who helped her back up. I guess one of his friends was one of the other guys that was there with me, and he ended up running her to the finish.
oh wow,
Which
so
I-
she finished.
I didn't think she was going to be able to.
Yeah.
Like, blood was streaming out of her head.
Oh yeah. See, I
Got
can't even
that
make
back
the
in.
I can't even make the same jokes as I did yesterday because I'm like, it's not original.
No one heard it, just us.
I know, but it just doesn't hit the same. To me.
Another thing.
People are going to be like, I get it. You
Oh, no,
guys recorded a podcast
By the way,
yesterday.
I wasn't joking about her. I was saying.
now you got to say what
I was
you
saying
gotta
it
say.
looked like Carrie the sequel.
Yeah.
The video that I saw looked pretty bloody.
It did, but nobody was like making fun of her at
no.
prom. Or
Well,
anything.
I hope not.
Yeah.
we
Was that pig blood?
we also forgot
Yeah, it
that the water we were drinking, we found out because someone posted a video on Instagram, was coming from the fire hydrants and then going into a trash bucket, and then volunteers
When
were
you say trash
taking
bucket, it was a trash can.
yeah,
Right.
that
Like,
they were using as a bucket to scoop water out and put into the cups.
I mean, it's just a large bucket.
yeah.
you don't know. Maybe they just took a liner out of like a garbage can, brought it over. And was
Yeah.
like, the first couple people will get a couple chunks, but then the rest of you'll be fine.
Like chunks of garbage?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
This
don't
water
know.
is chewy.
chewy water. Sounds like something Liquid Death would put out.
I mean, I drank it every stop, so I'm just surprised we're all alive.
Have you tried the aloe water?
What do you mean?
There's water. It's called aloe water, and it's got little chunks of like.
Ew.
Yeah, you actually start.
Oh,
chewing.
like Orbits back in the day?
It's kind of is like Orbis, but you can get it as aloe water, and it's got like chunks of
I'm gonna laugh.
gelatinous.
I'm gonna laugh really hard when you find out there's not actual chunks in it, and that was just yours.
No, because I got
yeah.
it a couple times because I liked it.
I
I
mean,
like to chew my water.
I didn't have a problem with it. Carl thinks he got
He did. He came back a mess.
Hep D from it or something. He got
I
a,
didn't blame the water though.
Carl got a whole new variation of.
Dengue fever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was. I only drank water out in the course. It seemed fine.
The Gatorade was not potent enough. It was not strong.
Oh, it
enough.
was like the mix.
This is
Yeah.
what is a problem with races. It's like
It's not.
they say to train with what's going to be on course.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I know it was super hot out. Normally, I'll save Gatorade or electrolyte drinks towards the end of a race. But at this one, it was so hot that I started in on the Gatorade at the first water stop.
Yeah,
And
and none of that's FDA approved.
yeah, and it was like barely had any Gatorade in it. This is a big race. There's like 25,000 people.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you need a fire hydrant. You can't feed that. It's not like Jesus out there
I
turning
know-
fire hydrant water into real water.
I know they're
I mean, the
cutting
majors
off,
do it.
Yeah, but this is like a minor.
Yeah.
I know they're cutting back on U.S. aid, but maybe we should have somebody who's federally there to make sure the Gatorade mix is
Yeah, I'm
correct.
sure that's
Yeah, that's a priority.
Doge's first priority.
yeah.
If we could convince Elon Musk to start running marathons, maybe we can get everything we need.
I guarantee he'll develop a shoe that
Yeah,
has
we'll
like
have
a roller
crazy
in-
shoes.
That'll track your every movement and feed into the AI model.
By the way, did you read that article with the Nike patent that was submitted this week?
I did on the Outside
Yeah.
magazine. I don't know. They put it's like sort of machines and stuff in a shoe.
Yeah, it's
Here's the thing. I've read a lot of Nike patents just because sometimes if I'm bored, I'll just go through the Nike. They're all public, by the way.
Well,
Anyone can do this.
Originally, when we found out about the Alpha Fly,
Yeah.
we had gotten tipped off that there was patents out there. So we started looking at it, and Robbie, being the sleuth that he is, you went deep into it.
Yeah. And in the original Alpha Fly patent, Nike covers all their bases. So they have a 3-plated shoe with 4 AirPods in the forefoot. And they basically just throw out so many crazy patents. I mean, they've been doing
They got to try to
the
cover
stuff
everything.
that in these patents that Outside published. They do that stuff like all the time and so many shoes. They have the craziest stuff.
But that was why it was so hard to replicate the Vaporfly at first. It's because Nike had created a bubble around it
Right.
of like you couldn't do plates this shape, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, and pretty much secured.
I can't remember if this is true. I feel like I heard along the line where one of the reasons Ultra had such a hell of a time coming out with a race shoe is because everybody had
patented it.
patents on carbon fiber plates and
Skechers
everything
seems
else.
to be fine with them.
They have,
Didn't anybody just tell Ultra just keep your shoes 0 drop and you'll be fine?
yeah, right. Yeah. I could be wrong about that, but you're right. They have so many, I've seen so many mechanical and
Yeah.
technological things in Nike patents that they never make it to the light of day because they're insane. But
Okay,
The pumping system is interesting. Like there's no way that becomes a legal.
you mean
Well,
like a Reebok pump?
No, but it also could be like a way to the pressure in the shoe. So say like they did that one shoe that's a recovery shoe that has a vibrating, has like something, what's the trigger point or whatever is built into the shoe. The Nike one. Did you
Oh,
see
the
that?
recovery boots.
Yeah, and you'd never. How many people bought that?
Well, even they had kind of like the Back to the Future shoes.
Self-lacing.
They had self-lacing patents on everything. We've never seen a real shoe to use that.
Okay, I got a hot take. Speaking of shoes,
What?
we always call 40 millimeter max stack now. Like, high stack 40. Almost, I'd say 60% of the shoes coming out that are daily trainers now
Oh, yeah.
are 40 stack. So are they max stack or is that just running shoes now?
Oh, I mean, at this point, probably is just running shoes.
So over 40 is max stack.
I think once you break the 40, that's when you start calling it
Yeah.
max stack. Because 40 now, like what was the shoe? Was it the Solomon?
Solomon Aeroglide.
Solomon Aeroglide feels great. Feels like a normal running shoe. As a matter of fact, I'd probably put it close to like Speed, Endorphin Speed without a plate, that kind of feel.
really?
Yeah, it's really good. And it's 40 millimeters, but it doesn't feel like it. And then even the 880.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 40 millimeters.
I was gonna say before I knew the stack, this feels like your classic running shoe.
Okay. All right.
And now, it's
Yeah.
40.
No, I feel like you're right. At this point, that's normal is 38 to 40.
All right, people, you have heard it. We've come to a consensus. The board of super trainer, people that coined that term have just decided you are no longer a max cushion shoe. If you're at 40, you're just a shoe.
Yeah. I was trying to come up with an acronym. Like, I can't come up with a good one on them off the top of my head. Max Cushion, MC,
MSD,
MSD,
max,
Max Stack Division.
yeah.
Okay.
Or deficient.
All right.
Max stack deficient.
Wow.
Wow. Sorry, people. We
Yeah.
zoned out there for a second trying to figure out more acronyms.
Yeah.
We got time.
We have definitely time.
All right. What's next on the agenda, Meg, that we had to cover that we forgot to float?
We didn't talk about-
Millrose Games, right?
Yeah, but we also talked about Tom Brady's watch, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do we? Yeah. I mean,
700. Now we know the price. Yesterday we had to go back and forth and look it up.
yeah. Which, by the way, I was closest.
Yeah,
He
you
would.
were.
Robbie would have won the watch.
I missed the whole zero.
Meg said 75,000. It was
Yeah.
750.
Which 7,500 would not even be that expensive of a luxury.
I
watch.
said 75,000.
Oh,
not
that's
100.
getting up there. But that's still like a lot of people just going out on their yacht have that.
I feel like if you're spending $750,000 on a watch, you're just sad. Like you're.
Do you think that
trying
Tom-
to spend so much
Do you
money?
think he bought it?
No,
or do
he
you
didn't
think
buy
they gave
that.
it to him?
I
Yeah.
thought it was a gift.
Oh, for the telecast.
Yeah.
Meg, how did you describe it? Because I thought that was a good description.
What did I say?
Yellow Tamagotchi.
Oh yeah, it did look like a yellow Tamagotchi watch. It wasn't a good looking watch.
Tom Brady got you. Tom Brady got you.
There it is.
Yeah.
Does he look like he's got Ozempic face?
No,
Oh, he looks like he has.
dude, that dude has his own or he used to
Well,
have
did you
his own nutrition brand.
Did you see the Art But Make It Sports? Do you follow that Instagram account?
Which one?
Art But Make It Sports.
I don't think I
Look
did.
it up, Meg, on Instagram. So it's one of my favorite Instagram accounts.
Did they do the Edvard Monk?
And it wasn't the Scream, no, but it was close. But he did. He compares like works of art with scenes in sports, and it's pretty. It's honestly amazing. I thought he was using AI because I'm like nobody knows art this much. But he.
Guessing you wanted to reference this one.
Can I see it? Yeah, that's it. That's Edvard Monk.
But is it? It's. Oh, I thought you meant the Scream though.
No, it's the artist.
Oh yeah.
I did see that one.
But anyways, he does the.
I know my German impressionist.
You do. Thomas did go to art school, so I only took 2 semesters in,
You did
in
the
a liberal arts
yeah,
college.
the exposure to art.
Yeah.
Okay, I was never going to talk about Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, but it's now on this Instagram page you just sent me to. And what is that?
What? Let me see it.
The man's happy.
She's 24. He's 74.
It's a happy couple.
I think that sounds appropriate. Yeah, that's good.
Like it's just it's come on. What is happening?
I've never seen the guy smile so much in his life. He's doing something right.
Dude, that is funny. You see these people that always look unhappy, and suddenly,
Yeah.
My favorite thing was there was like all these articles about her outfit, and I'm like, that's what we're concerned about here is her outfit.
Yeah, right. Because she was wearing I think it was a joke though. Because she was wearing like the Falcon. You mean the Falcons shirt?
No.
Oh,
Her-
that.
oh,
thing.
the
her
Falcons
dress.
one was a
Yeah, the Falcons
was a
one
dig.
Yeah. Do you think there's like, so she's 24, right?
Yeah.
Do you think there's just 24-year-olds like volunteering at nursing homes and falling
Okay, so
in
that
love?
was my thing. Like, how do you meet someone 50 years older than you?
Carl.
His mom is in a nursing home like right around here in a
Bill Belichick's?
Yeah, it's in outside Annapolis, right? Crofton or something.
And she worked there?
No, I'm just saying we're speaking nursing homes. His mom was actually or like a retirement community.
Like I think you can set. Well, I mean, they probably run into each other in some sort of social situation, right?
I would imagine.
In what social situation?
He hangs out with football players that are 24, Meg.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the legend. He's a coaching legend. But I'm saying, do you think that there's 24-year-olds in real life falling in love with 75-year-olds in like a nursing home?
That
or
could be the
retirement
new
community?
dating thing. Like you like.
That sounds like a.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's love or not.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
What if it's real love? What if she really is in love with him?
It's suspect when you have to feed someone with a spoon. You know.
I think there could be some love there.
Okay.
I'm not sure
My
what
dad was in
kind.
a nursing home towards the end. There was no love in that place.
No?
There's angry people that have to clean up old people's stuff.
Oh, dude, my grandma was too, and I remember it's like it almost feels like you're in a horror movie when you go there
I mean, did you see?
because there's people like screaming and stuff.
Have you
like,
seen Happy
things.
Gilmore?
It is like it's like the Mista lady. Like it really is like that. Like it feels like it's horror. That's like my biggest fear is just
You know who's underrated? Ben Stiller. That dude, he's done a lot of good stuff, and now he does that show Severance.
yeah, he's been all right.
yeah.
For
And his
the human
dad was on
race.
Seinfeld. Like,
Yeah, it's good family.
how come
genes.
he hasn't won like what's that thing? The Presidential Medal of being great at
like the
entertainment.
Congressional Medal of Freedom or something?
What's the one they give the people who are in entertainment?
The Oscars?
No, it's bigger than that. So you get it from the government.
You get it from the government.
Yeah, it's like
Government
if you
Oscars?
were in England, they would knight you. Like,
Oh,
Roger Moore
Oh, that's
and all
how
that.
Paul McCartney becomes a knight.
yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
I just assume they just touch him with a sword or something. Then
They do.
Do they still do that?
Yeah.
That's I'm surprised it isn't dangerous.
Well,
Because what if the queen just has like
Has a tremor?
suddenly gets like epilepsy or something? She's just like, that's it.
there's an epileptic lady on The Bachelor this year.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
there
there?
is.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a new season? Of
Yeah,
it?
it's on right now.
All right.
Not into it yet. It's early, There's like too many crazy ladies. It'll get good though.
Yeah. I'm sure they weed all the crazy ones out for the TV to make sure they have
for sure.
normal television.
They did bring the Golden Bachelors back, and I was thinking about the Belichick thing. I was like, what if one of these ladies falls in love with one of the Golden Bachelor dudes?
Or does that mean they're older?
You haven't seen The Golden Bachelor?
No, I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah,
I haven't watched The
so-
Bachelor since college.
Okay, well, you're missing out. But The Golden Bachelor is, I don't know what the age qualification is, maybe 60
Wait.
plus?
He hasn't watched Beast Games, and he hasn't watched Severance.
I have watched Severance. Severance is the one I have watched. Yeah.
How are you watching that?
We have Apple TV.
Oh, I didn't know you had Apple TV. That's got good quality programming.
Yeah, that's really the only show I watch. I don't know. I don't watch that much TV, I guess.
What do you think about episode 3?
4?
4.
I don't know. I think it's a little disjointed.
Okay.
I also don't trust the writers.
Okay. You think they're doing some stuff on the fly?
They're making stuff up as they go. There's just no chance.
You're
They
worried
know
it's
what's
going to
happening.
turn into...
It's going to turn into Lost. I
That's
already
what I
know
was
it.
gonna say.
I already know it, and I'm already mad about
Someone's in a basement pushing a button.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I just know why I know, because this season was written like during the writer's strike or right after it, and they were rushing to get it out, and there was the whole, I don't know. I just know it's going to be bad.
All right.
See, that's why you can watch reality TV and there's no rules.
Jared disagreed.
No writers.
That's true. That's all real too.
Yeah, it's all real.
Yeah, no one's getting their brains snipped in half to go into work,
No.
even though I do that every day. Just kidding.
Okay, so Millrose
Turn
Games.
on my running self to come into here.
Eyes roll back. It's time to run.
Leave and then become a lazy POS when I get home. All right.
Millrose Games.
Millrose Games. Speaking of running, turning on my running self. But let me turn on my
Track?
person who cares about track running self. No, it was awesome. I watched a lot of the recaps.
So here is a benefit to losing yesterday's show.
You don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, besides that, Grant Fisher. Turns out I wasn't the only one who's like now on the Grant Fisher train.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I saw that another Instagram, the women's getting chicked. They were like, we got a crush on Grant Fisher, and so
I could see that.
Yeah, I think it's happening. I think his star is rising.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been pretty solid, but he definitely made a statement.
I don't remember him. We're not Sidious Mag over here, but I don't remember him before the Olympics.
I think that's just because you're not a track person.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's where I saw him, and I was like, oh, this dude looks like he's somebody.
Yeah. No, he's legit. And did you actually watch the race?
We were watching it.
Okay.
Did we watch that one?
Yeah, with Cole Hawker was like.
No, you watched the replay.
That's kind of like watching it.
Okay.
No, it's the same thing. Yeah. Because on YouTube they actually did show the whole race. Sometimes they chop it up, but they should have.
I mean, 3,000 meters.
And but even then, sometimes I've seen them chop up like the Olympics. Before.
How come you have 5Ks but you don't have 3Ks? Like nobody's ever running a 3K.
How come you have like on
the road?
There's no like charity 3K.
Right?
What is that?
They should though.
I think
that'd be more accessible.
I
for
would
people.
love a 3K because like that's when I start hurting in a 5K and it'd be
Yeah,
over.
perfect time to quit. That's true.
Like you should have an option.
mean-
Like if you're running a really good 5K, you can keep going. If you're done, just peel off.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I was going to say every 5K could be a 3K if you want it to be.
That's what we should do. We should do a choose your own adventure race where it's like when you're done, you just veer off. You
Whenever
can go all the way to the
Any
marathon.
distance.
But you shouldn't. You're not allowed to veer off until you throw up. Because that means you're actually done.
Then people will be forcing themselves to throw up.
All right,
Yeah.
so be it.
Also, ew.
I mean, look, if you're gonna be drinking water out of fire hydrant trash cans, you might as well be throwing up right after.
Fair. Valid.
I mean, if they had, I'm not gonna go into how this could actually work. But anyways, the race was awesome. Casey Comer,
Yeah.
Baltimore dude,
Believe in the Run Club
Believe in-
participant.
boyfriend of Lindsay Agro.
I don't know if that's public knowledge. Is that
Reviewer
public?
for-
I think they're trying to keep.
They've been dating for like 2 years.
They met here through the Believe Run Club. The thing is though, it's
Is
if
it
you're
boyfriend or partner?
if he's a celebrity like he is, sometimes you want to keep that mystique around your love life. You know,
Like
yeah.
Taylor Swift and
Right,
Travis
right.
Kelsey.
My bad.
yeah,
I
you
forgot.
just outed him. Now it's like
Got everyone's clamoring for the
his
Casey
fan
Comer
base.
photos.
Yeah. Hey, Casey's a stud. He won the mile at Boston. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston Mile. No, he's
Crushed
fast, and he honestly him pacing really set the tone for that whole race, and really let them break the world record. I feel like that was huge.
Do you think that Casey Comer has a Brady, like an aura about him?
Like I don't know what do you mean, because he wears expensive watches.
Yeah, pretty much. That was
Do you
it.
think he has the same watch?
He has a Tom Brady. Like when I see him, I kind of see like he could be in the family.
Okay,
He could be
I
like
kind of
cousins.
see what you mean, like a little mysterious maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You don't know what his exercise.
I'll tell you
regimen
what
is.
though, he has a good name. That's you want that name if you're running races.
Do you know that's
Yeah.
my mom's last name?
Comer?
Yeah.
Really?
She's Margot Comer.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Well, they kept saying his name Comber in the race. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
jeez.
heck, dude? How did you mess that one
The
up?
B is silent.
Yeah.
Comber.
Comber.
I've never even heard that.
Yeah. Comber, hardly even know her. But he ran the race well, and then
Do we have a drum machine? Can
we actually do on that board.
okay, we should be using it. Hi, this is Tom's second check-in. We were talking about Stefan Hassan in London in the first check-in. Now that makes me think of Des Linden at the Boston Marathon when she stopped to help Shalane Flanagan who was having some GI issues on the course. And she's like, I think today's over. I'm just going to run it in. I'll help her, Shalane, get to the finish line. And then something just happened and it clicked over for her. And she ends up winning the Boston Marathon. Like, you can't plan that kind of stuff. You would think you're done for the day. And next thing you know, just by hanging in there, you end up winning the day. And that can happen to anybody. So if you're having a rough patch, just hang in there. Finish up. Make magic happen.
All right, we have a new sponsor for February, one of our favorite clothing brands in the running space. It is SOAR.
Yeah, what I like about it, it is very tailored. They use really premium material. So, like, there's a vest that I like for running that is super thin. It's almost like going shirtless. Like, if you want lightweight, like fitted running gear, as a matter of fact, I go up a size usually in their stuff, but it is premium.
Yeah, definitely some of the nicest quality gear out there.
Yeah, they have some new collections called the X-Race collection. So that's going to be your like premium race day materials. And if you haven't tried their stuff yet, we have something very exciting. We are going to give away a SOAR race vest and marathon shorts to one lucky listener. So all you have to do is go to their website. We'll include the exact link to enter, but you're just giving them your email address and you're automatically entered to win this custom race vest and marathon shorts.
Look fast, you are fast. I want access to sound effects.
We have them on that
No,
board.
no one needs
Remember?
that.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but it
not.
didn't pump in. I want a full thing. Like, I could have gone cheese.
You can patch in your own sound effects.
That's what I want to do. We get movie quotes.
I don't think
And
this.
that was the last episode the Meg was on.
I'll just put you in the board.
I don't think this podcast needs to be any more
Outrageous.
circus style.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then that was an awesome race, and then also the Yair Nagus and Hobbs Kessler right behind him.
Nagus in the Skechers.
Yeah, the Skechers, the
Bonds.
Skechers prototype.
Yeah. We'll see them coming out next year.
I wonder what shoe he was wearing because I think it was a new. I think it was
It's an
a new
on
one.
spike. Yeah. Those are all spikes for that.
Yeah, but I think it's a new on spike. Like I don't think it's out. But then the 18-year-old Australian dude.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I forget.
Yeah. And the women's mile.
High school mile.
High school mile record was broken by Sadie Engelhart.
And what was the time?
Mary Kane's record. She ran at 4:27.97.
See, I think that's crazy that I would have thought that the women had broken 4 in high school. but I guess not yet.
I do not believe so.
That's 12 seconds.
There's
is
a
a lot.
it's a pretty sizable gap between.
I guess I'm just used to women running faster than me that I just assumed that it would.
What's the women? So what's the pace for like the marathon rec? 212? Is it 212?
I thought it was like
210?
Was it Stefan?
Stefan Hassan?
Yeah, was that in Chicago?
As Steve Urkel's alter ego.
yeah, basically 2:10, 2 hours 9 minutes 56 seconds.
Was it her?
No, Ruth.
Yeah, it was Ruth
Chepnagich.
Chepnagich.
Yeah. Was that in Chicago?
Yeah.
So that is the craziest. We watched again where Megan and I were on the treadmill both
What
today
pace is that? Can you look it up?
Yeah.
with the snow.
Uh-huh.
And we had the London Marathon on. And I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. And you see Stefan Hassan, she stops, stretches her leg. She does gets back to running, then stops again, stretches her leg. And you know, because you know the finish that she's
Right.
going to win. You're like, how does this happen?
It's wild.
It's a 4:57 per mile.
So that's pretty wild because what's the women's mile record?
I think it's 4:18.
Okay. So,
No, she just said she ran a 4:12.
well, that's the indoor track.
Oh, sorry, 4:07.64.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought it was a little more than that.
Whoa, what a...
Okay, so
how
that's-
come Nike or somebody hasn't gotten behind getting women to break the 4-minute barrier?
That's a good question.
Like, that's the next moonshot.
for sure. Let's take those 7 seconds off. Oh. Yeah,
Why isn't that happening?
that should happen. Because when do you think the 2-hour marathon for real is going to be broken in a race?
It got really close if, Kipton hadn't been...
Yeah.
I think it needs.
run in
We just
Chicago?
need like a good weather day, and it's going to happen.
What did Kipton run in Chicago? That was
Like
the world record?
2:01.
2:0.
I think it was 2:01,
I thought someone did. Yeah.
which was what the first time that Kipchoge went for on a controlled track with the Tesla breaking the wind.
Oh,
and
2
having
hours
paces.
35 seconds.
Okay. I thought.
That's 2 hours 35. Yeah, it's definitely going to go down.
Yeah, on a good weather day, that's over.
Because if he was able to do that without pacers, well, I guess he had pacers.
Yeah,
but
he definitely had pacers.
Without the wind being, I guess.
So what in Houston this year? That was a pretty epic half marathon day. But the marathon was pretty. Like there weren't any substantial times during
I
the
don't
marathon,
think so,
right?
no.
There wasn't anyone like totally ridiculous.
No,
running
they were
the race.
fast. They're always fast times, but I think the records that go down there are usually in the half, except for Kira.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would think it would have to at some point. Anyways, why are we talking about running so much? What's up with that? Which, by the way, so you're training for London.
Yeah.
How far away is that?
like 2 months.
70 days. 69 days.
It's
No,
the end of
70
April.
something.
We'll
days.
say 69.
Yeah, 69.
It's
Carl got all
and it's
excited
on
about
420. It's on 420.
7
Oh, okay.
a week
to
later.
connect
Isn't
the
Boston
dots there.
420?
Is
No, because it's only 6 days apart,
I was
right?
gonna say Carl might not be running.
Oh, he'll be running.
Yeah, we'll find him We'll find him at a
We'll see him running with trails
Yeah,
behind him.
Boston's the 21st. And
Heartbreak. Is there a
London's
dispensary at the top of
27th.
Heartbreak Hill?
I mean,
Sorry, 427. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got time to do some hard workouts.
so I pulled my groin 2 days ago, and then
Yeah, you did.
yeah, I did. And then so I had mile repeats today,
Okay.
and they started feeling a little bit like when I got on to do my warm miles. I was like, might be a short workout today, but I was able to get it done. And I was next to Megan, and I'm feeling fast because, like, I'm doing mile repeats. Megan was doing 3 mile repeats.
Just humiliating you right beside you.
6:18.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
I'm doing 7:30s. 6:18.
Yeah. But at how many?
But-
a mile each of
I was doing a mile. She was doing 3 mile repeats.
But the best is
3 mile blocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best is when you're watching these guys, because you're watching London Marathon, who are running like 440 pace or something. And if you feel like you're running as fast
you
as
look
them,
at
like,
them
you
and you're
feel
like-
like you're running with them.
I was looking at my feet and I'm like, my feet are hitting the ground at the same time.
And it's crazy because they look so effortless, and then you'll see like that jackwagon on the side who's trying to keep up with them, and their like arms are flailing, and you're like, oh, that's
Kafuzi?
Yeah, pretty much. Cameras are falling out of them.
But yeah, you're like, oh, that's what I would look like if I was trying to run that fast.
Totally. I always want to see someone just nail a telephone pole while they're doing that.
I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah.
It must have.
Well, the Alvarez guy, when we were at Worlds, he bumped into somebody and dropped his camera and smashed like a $3,000 lens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
When you went to get your vaccines today, did you ask them if they had anything for your groin?
No, but you know,
Groin roids?
you just what you have to
Groin roids?
Yeah.
you
it's
just
a
have
real
to
thing.
rub it out, pretty much.
So you just asked Carl to do that for you?
No, I can't because he's an employee, and
I'm sure if you gave him $5.
that'd be HR.
No, I know.
HR.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Robbie, you said you were going to run a fast 5K in May,
Oh, I mean, I said that?
and then we suggested Boston 5K, BAA 5K.
Oh, that's right. I actually did forget about that.
Yeah.
That would be 3 miles at a fast pace.
Yeah.
And
you-
we also suggested you get an elite bib and get in front.
Right.
Do you think
Okay.
that you could run Megan's workout repeats that pace for for a 5K?
Workout repeat? What,
The
618?
618.
That would basically be pretty close to my PR because my PR is like 1916 or something. So yeah, right now I don't know, but I'd be willing to try.
I don't even
I don't
know.
think I could.
I think smoke would be coming out of my ears.
I think I could do. I think I could do in the 620s, maybe low 620 pace.
That's pretty good.
I think with the strength training we've been doing, I honestly do. I think that helps a lot.
I didn't see you there on Monday. Are you going tonight?
I went last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Are you
kind of like
doing
on a
it Thursday?
Tuesday, Thursday thing right
Okay.
now. So
That was the other thing I was worried about. Was like with the hill repeats. Every time I get hill repeats for the last 3 ones, I tweaked my groin, and so my coach cut it back to 6 instead of 10 this time. And of course, on the very last one, on the 6, I kind of yoinked it. And Kara, who runs with the Faster Bastards, was doing loops around the annex. So I was like, well, I'll just do my cool down miles with her. And I didn't have she was like, I'm just going to do one and then I'm going to run home. And I didn't have the heart to tell her that my groin was killing me. And so we did one lap and she was like, I'll do one more with you. I was like, okay.
do you have to?
Yeah.
Oh man, wait, you're doing 10-mile workouts? Like
Today?
a 10-mile long workout?
Yeah. Like on Sunday was 10 miles. Today was 9 miles.
I forgot how much I hated training with Coach Castor.
Kaz,
He's a mileage guy.
I did it, dude. I stuck with it as long as I can before I injured myself. But
I loved long runs.
yeah, I
I
mean,
love
he'll get
big miles.
if you can hang in there, he'll definitely get the most out of you.
I've had great training with him. My training hasn't been the problem. My problem's been coming to a marathon like we did Boston. I had an amazing training block going up to that, and he does like high mileage, so I felt really good. And then we get like a 65, 70 degree day that day,
Oh yeah,
and it just zaps me.
that's what I'm saying. It's not worth it to train for a marathon.
You're probably right.
It's such a roll of the dice.
Yeah, that's what the odds are so far
Yeah.
so much against you to have a good day.
But-
hunger
and
game.
even then, if you do have the perfect weather, you can still have just a
That's
bad
the one
day.
that gets me mad. Is
For no
like
reason.
you're like I'm suffering. Today is the perfect weather. Everything's in line. I finally get a good day, and then I'm just like, I just don't feel like running.
What are you gonna say?
But when everything aligns, it's the best.
That's true.
When here's the other thing is that I think it's more exciting to be super fit and have the chance at a good day than to not be in that place
Okay.
when you get there. Even if it's a 90-degree day, you're still gonna feel better.
Nah. It's all about the journey.
If it's a 9-degree day, I'm gonna go to a pub and just fucking get hammered.
Wait, are you trying? If it's a 90-degree day, are you actually going out trying?
No, I've learned that lesson
Okay.
like a little too many times.
Yeah. There's no way.
I think you turn that into just a fun run.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not a fun run,
You can fun run it.
dude. Miami wasn't a fun run. That was
I felt like that was actually a fun run.
good for you. That's not a fun run. I'm like, this sucks, man. I'm hot.
Yeah.
My head almost exploded.
Yeah, you look like the Kool-Aid man after he drank a whole
Dude,
cherry.
I was so
cherry
red.
Kool-Aid.
I'm so mad about it.
Could run through a wall.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you mad? Were you mad about? What? That was hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
You knew it was going to be hot. We
Yeah.
knew that one.
Not that hot though.
It was the humidity.
Yeah. Carl is all tropical. He was fine. He was like, come on.
yeah.
You should have gone to that bar with him and had a pitcher of beer.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
lost
hydrated.
weekend.
Dude, I would have been dead if I had done what he'd done the night before the race.
What were we talking about yesterday? How did we get that part about the dive bars and the smell inside of a smoky
Oh.
ass? Oh, we were talking about video games.
games.
Mario,
yeah.
and you got your kids Mario.
Oh yeah, we were talking about somehow we were talking about raccoons, and then I was talking about the Tanuki suit in Mario, and I was saying why is it that when you like get a mushroom or go to the Toad house and you get a treasure chest, the sounds that come from the game, how do they hit you right in that like cerebral cortex where you're just like, this is the best noise I've ever heard.
Do you think they have like machines hooked up to people's brains and they can CAT scan them? They like hit a note and they're like, that's the one.
Maybe. You had a good theory. What was your theory?
My theory was that you're down to 8-bit music, so you don't have a ton of stuff to play with. So you have to really do the most you can with a little bit about, which I always think kind of sometimes creates the best situation to be creative.
Like scarcity.
Almost like you put some self-made boundaries around
yeah.
it, and you have to figure a creative way to make the most out of that.
I think that's true.
Yeah. Sometimes that's where I think some really good work comes out of.
Well, that's what I always think about when you have so many options for like, I don't know, anything, cameras, editing, like all this stuff, and even like social media platforms or whatever. And you're just like, what do I do? I have to, it's hard to like, if you just, and it's almost like you wish you could strip everything away and just be like, this is the only thing you can use, and then work within those boundaries, like you're saying.
Yeah. I think that would be an interesting app, actually, if you created a space that's like, we want to see how creative you can get. Here's the only tools you can use. And
That'd be cool if they did that for like a shoe design type thing.
yeah. But, and then we started talking about a little bit like sounds that hit you right is like the Netflix logo sound is great. The THX sound is amazing. And yeah.
I'm going to try to replicate everyone. Let me try to do Netflix.
Netflix.
Dun-dun. Wait.
Da-dong.
Dun-dun. Does it
doesn't-
ring out more?
Yeah.
I can do HBO.
All right, HBO. That's pretty good. Now let's watch Sopranos.
I always think Curb Your Enthusiasm when I hear that sound.
Okay.
It's funny.
That's
What do you
good.
think, Carl? Really? Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
All right. So yeah, and the THX one I found out was a harmonic device used to test the sound systems at theaters. So,
Okay.
But the reason we got into the smell of the bars and stuff was after the video game we were talking about in my little town in Millville where my mom lived, there was one bar.
Yeah.
So the main street was basically this bar. I think there was only like a population of 700 something people.
Oh wow.
And the bar, you walk in, it's dark, but it had that cloud of smoke. So you were bringing the only sunlight in. When you
Yep.
open that door, that was the only sunlight. And you could see that kind of like layer of haze that started about 3 feet off the ground.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Wood floor that kind of had that stale
A little
beer
sticky.
all the time. But we used to go there to play video games because they had the video games. They had 2 video games usually. And we would go in, play those games, and yeah, the smell of the felt on the pool table soaked in cigarette smoke and beer.
Yeah. Dude, you can't beat that. I mean, I know it's gross, but it's super nostalgic. Because that is the same thing. My grandpa always went to this bar. My friend's dad, he's my baseball coach too, but that was what they did. They owned like just a dive bar. And that's where my grandpa would always go to drink. And it was the same thing. It's like when you walk in, you're just like, where? Like, you can't see anything.
You don't know what
'cause
time
you're
it
just
is.
blind. There's no light.
Yeah.
And then once you finally work your way around the space and figure out the boundaries, there's like a Pac. Yeah, they had Miss Pac-Man machine.
We had Donkey Kong, Joust,
Yeah,
Tron.
and man, you can't like my. I remember it was my friend would have birthday parties and we just have them like in the room next to the bar.
Yeah.
My grandpa would come over. He's drunk and he's just giving me quarters to put into the Pac-Man machine or whatever.
There's one of those pull cigarette machines.
Oh yeah, dude, we should get one of those just and put in like prizes or something.
We could make a Believe in the Run playing cards.
Yeah, or
Stick it in
cigarettes.
there, yeah. We do have a
That's on
tobacco
brand.
shop next door, so we could probably do a partnership.
Oh yeah, we could do a collaboration with
Collab.
the smoke shop.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, I missed that for sure. And I don't think those places even exist anymore. But Carl said that the place last weekend smelled like that.
Oh yeah.
I could. Yeah, they could
Here's
just
the
make
thing,
a
like-
cologne that smells like that.
That's where I think if they talk about living in a simulation and or AI and environments and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll know because you'll walk into places and it won't smell right.
Oh, because of if you're in a simulation.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
how.
I almost feel like that now because I'll walk into a dive bar and it doesn't smell like that anymore. You know, like they clean the walls and stuff and get all the tobacco and nicotine off, and now it's just sanitized, quote unquote.
They're
dive
getting us
bar.
ready.
Yeah, they're prepping us for the grand reset or
Oh,
whatever.
jeez.
I don't know, man. Maybe we could start our own thing when all this is over.
One of the last things from the notes that we have to talk about
Dickies?
is how Robbie made blender muffins and also
Oh,
tell
yeah.
us why that is significant in your life.
Oh, yeah. So I made Megan Featherstone. I never knew which to say, her actual name or the Featherstone Nutrition.
You can say either.
Okay, she should just change her name.
I say she should just shorten it to Feathers.
If you say Featherstone or Featherstone, people know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you just
Set-
gotta say
set to stun.
Featherstone Nutrition.
It sounds like your grandpa at the bar.
Yeah, Featherstone Nutrition.
I'll take 2 of them. Got any muffins?
The best one was when you would do a play like in high school or something, and there's like a scene where someone has to be drunk and nobody knows how to act it out.
They all like your
Why
parents.
did you have
wait,
plays with drunk
your
people in
parents
them?
didn't
It was
drink?
like it was actually in college, but
Oh.
yeah, my parents. But like whenever I don't know, I feel like whenever you're trying to act drunk, it's always the worst.
So speaking of weird smells and drunkenness, I used to go to this friend's house because they had a VHS player before anybody had them, and so we go over there watch movies, and his house always stank. And I didn't understand why it smelled like it did, and I just thought they were dirty or something. And later on, when I went to college, I found out what that smell was.
Weed.
His parents were getting high behind
Oh,
us while we
really?
were watching movies.
Oh,
and
you thought they were
stuff.
smoking cigarettes?
I didn't know what they were doing, but I was like, this house smells like,
No way.
yeah, like a skunk came in here.
That's funny. So, anyways, the Featherstone Nutrition, not weed brownies, just protein brownies or protein blender muffins.
Yeah.
Not even brownies.
They're kind of like brownies in a way.
No, they're muffins.
Yeah, they're pretty much like muffins.
They're 100%
What's the difference
muffins.
between a brownie and a muffin?
Chocolate,
Yeah. And what's inside of it?
Well,
The
what-
shape?
fudginess.
What's the density?
One's in a pan.
What makes the density different?
It's made of
More,
different ingredients. It's just flour and cocoa and sugar.
Butter.
Yeah, there's
eggs.
more eggs, butter.
All right, I'm not a brownie kind of.
Watch out for eggs. It's a hot topic right now.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, I made the blender muffins, and it was the like peanut butter banana ones or whatever, but I threw in some of that runway chocolate protein
With creatine.
and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, and it's so easy to make. It takes literally 15 minutes to actually put the ingredients together, if that.
Yeah, and it's one of those things you don't have to measure everything perfectly. You can just dump it all into the blender and it always
Yeah.
turns out fine.
Every time Megan's muffin is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I didn't measure anything when I put that in there.
Did you put chocolate chips on top?
I did put chocolate chips on
You
top.
have to.
All right.
You have to.
Yeah, that's what makes
Okay,
it good.
I'm throwing this out
Do
to
you eat
the audience.
Do you eat the ones with chocolate chips on them,
I'm
Thomas?
throwing this out to the audience. Last week, we filmed the whole podcast. We're going outside to take our photo. I stop in the bathroom because we're sitting here for a while. I had to relieve myself. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, what the hell? I have a giant thing of chocolate on the tip of my nose. I take my finger, wipe it off, clean nose, no problem. Meanwhile, I'm sitting next to these two jackholes, and they let me do an entire podcast with chocolate nib on the tip
I
of my
like how
nose.
you're looking to Carl for sympathy. He was there too.
I know, but he can't
We
say
all
that.
thought that you had a cut on your nose,
Yeah.
and pointing it out was not going to do anything to help.
Like, and I wasn't gonna be like, "Hey, dude, your nose is
Dude,
effed up.
if you
got
guys-
a cut on there."
If you guys had spinach in your teeth or if you had
It's
something in your
It's
mustache.
different.
It's not the same
They
thing.
thought it was a cut. You can't fix a cut.
So if you go back and watch episode 332, and if you get a good look, there's a brown spot right on the end of my nose.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, how'd you get chocolate on there? I'm sorry, I don't have a dainty little Megan nose. I got a regular size
No, but my
beak.
thing is like I would feel that on my face. I would feel the chocolate on my face.
I don't know. Wait, how could you not see it on your nose? Because if you have an
It
extended,
was right on the tip.
you have a Pinocchio nose going on.
Yeah.
How can you not see it
Yeah.
looking down?
I would think.
Dude,
you'd
I didn't
see
even
it.
smell it. And it was on my nose.
Brown nose and son of a
It
bee.
basically looked like I had
Yeah, it's
been down somewhere. And
But I didn't know that its nose has been causing you problems your whole life. That's what I was surprised about.
I mean, it has. It's, I
You-
think it was
you-
normal size until about high school. And I think at the same time I hit puberty, my nose decided to grow.
What are
Everything grew.
Oh, really? But yeah, let's hope so. But the nose is something that keeps growing.
Mm.
But what your eyeballs don't grow anymore.
I thought your ears
Yeah,
keep
eyeballs
growing.
don't. Ears and nose.
That seems like we could figure that out.
That's why
by now.
Yoda
I
had
mean,
them
babies have pretty big
long ones.
eyeballs.
I heard that when you were born, it's like your eyes are always the same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still got baby eyes, baby.
But your teeth stay the same size, I think.
Well, you lose them.
No, your teeth do not stay the same size.
Even after you get the new ones in?
Oh, once you get the new ones, they're the same size. Have you ever seen, you want to see horror, the x-rays of your head when you have baby teeth?
Oh yeah,
and
dude. Sometimes I just
the
Google
teeth
those.
are all up
I'll
in
just
there.
scroll through those pages sometimes for like 4 Google entries, just looking at the baby teeth
Why?
hanging out the top. Oh, it's like, I don't know, it just looks scary or whatever. And then
It's like shark. You're like a shark.
And then you can end up going into just some weird tooth photos.
Dude, that's why your algorithm is so insane. What did you tell me you
Oh,
watched?
the guy who ate the rotten beef that was in a jar for 3 weeks.
It's because you're googling baby teeth.
This guy's like, I'm eating fermented beef. It's like, dude, it's not fermented. It's just rotten. There's a maggot in there.
I like that though. That's good marketing for the beef industry. Fermented meat.
He's like, I got diarrhea the last time I did this. It's like, yeah, you're gonna just get dye.
You're gonna get it again.
The rhea part will not be there. It'll just
Maybe
be
it's some
dye.
sort of weight loss diet.
That's it. That
Did you get the
Ozempic.
reel I sent you with the weird Spock?
Oh no, I opened it and my kids were right there. I
You
didn't know
still
if it was
don't have
gonna be.
your
Oh
phone.
no,
freak-
it's safe.
Oh, I didn't know if it was gonna be like the horror.
No,
ones.
it's not like the horror
Oh,
one.
okay.
You should check it out now. But that one is the one that. So I sent it to Carl, and Carl liked it. But I think he liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, Carl liked it. But yeah,
Yeah, there's some.
there's some fun stuff at the end of the internet.
Yeah, you
It's-
guys both found it, I think.
I sometimes I do find the end and I'm like, because all the comments too are like, well, we made it, guys.
This is it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
See you
and it
never.
is shocking how when you're just bored, the stuff that you will watch that's completely pointless. Like it's not even entertaining. It's just like a person like it was some like Russian. It's like some Russian village with 3 people doing random things that made no sense, and I'm like, why?
Dude,
what
if
is
you
happening?
if you throw a dog getting in trouble or something in my feed,
Yeah.
I'll watch this. So I didn't realize it, but it has Instagram's figured it out. They brought in somewhat of the viralness of TikTok and put it into the like. If you start just scrolling the reels, you can get lost.
Oh,
Like-
for sure.
Like there's been times where Meg's like, "Hey, could you look up so and so's email?" And I'll go to my direct message where they sent me the email.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, it's like
Oh,
a
I
half an
know.
hour later, and I'm like, "Ah, crap! What was I doing?"
I've really had to make a point to just not do it, just not open it.
Third check-in. All right, we talked about Dez. We talked about Safan. I'm going to give you a personal one. Almost every time I start off on a marathon, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? This is going to be a long day. And there's been days where I felt like I was moving slow, and then the next thing you know, I feel fine, and I start picking up the pace, and I end up finishing the day much better than I thought I was going to. So just hang in there. Again, I mean, it's the theme today. Hang in there, finish up. We didn't want to do this podcast twice, but look, this one's probably just as good as the other one was. So here you go. Megan, did you look up Dickies on the internet?
No, I didn't want to Google that.
Like, because I know, Robbie, you like a handkerchief or a...
bandana?
yeah, like, what do you call this?
A neck gaiter?
Yeah, neck gaiter. And my dad used to wear Dickies all the time.
I still you described this yesterday and I pretended like I knew what you're talking about,
Okay.
but I have no idea.
So a Dickie, it's a turtleneck with flaps on it.
So it actually is a turtleneck.
No, well, it's just the neck.
It's not a real shirt. It's like something you wear underneath a shirt that looks like a shirt.
So it makes it look like you're wearing a turtleneck underneath of it.
Okay, I think I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are pretty awesome. You should try a Dickie.
So do you wear it under
We should do a Believe in the Run, like, labeled Dickie.
do you wear it under like a sweatshirt or with a sweatshirt?
Like, with the way that my dad would have done it, he would have worn a buttoned up shirt, thrown a Dickie on,
Okay.
tucked the Dickie flaps into the front and the back. My dad had Dickies up the wazoo.
Yeah. And yet he was your dad.
We were in San Francisco.
Yeah. Quite a time to be alive.
Okay.
And does you
That
wear,
one was for you, Carl. Yeah.
do you wear cowboy boots with Dickies or
Oh,
what?
that would be a good move. But they have to be the cowboy boots that you tuck into your pants that are zip up.
Are
that
these?
aren't
This no
actual-
longer exists, right? Like no one.
Look it up. Sweater Dickie.
Just look it up, please, so I can see it. I'm surprised it hasn't made a comeback.
Dude, it's about to.
You are.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe they
consider-
should change.
I-
They
I-
should
you know-
change the
they're-
name.
Everything that just popped up was for ladies.
You know what I'm surprised about? Papa
So the
was doing.
Dickies are for ladies.
Papa Newberger was doing a little cross dressing back in his time.
It's an entry cross dress.
Oh wait, there's an ugly Christmas sweater one, and it's called Men's Redneck Cousin V-neck White Sweater. So it's a black Dickie with a white sweater over top of
Okay.
it.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Can I
yeah.
see it? Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Show me a few other Dickies.
Okay,
So
I'll send this to you, Carl.
you know what I'm surprised? Tracksmith hasn't done one yet.
Oh, it's
We may
probably
just
in the
gave him the
works.
idea.
Yeah. If anyone's gonna do it, it'll be Tracksmith.
Oh my God. It would sell so well.
It actually wouldn't be a horrible idea for running, right?
No, they're fantastic.
Because it protects your chest, gives you like a core.
That
core
one,
warmth.
the one that you just saw was more. Normally, it's just like a little flap.
Oh, okay.
But what it does is the reason you like a gaiter is it keeps your neck warm, right?
Right.
So imagine if it went down further in the shirt, so there's not that gap between your neck and
It's.
the shirt.
I'm telling you, Tracksmith. If you're
Wait,
listening,
there's women wearing them like over top.
Let me see that. That's weird.
Can I see that one? Oh,
That just looks
That
like
looks
you're
like a
going
baby.
to. That looks like you're going to eat lobster.
Yeah, looks like a baby bib.
Yeah, that's a weird look.
These Dickies that you're pulling up have bigger flaps than the one I'm used to.
Yeah. Lil Dicky flaps.
Yeah, they need to trim that. They need to trim that a
Trim
little
the
bit.
trim the foreskin a little bit.
Trim it down.
Yeah, I'm not. Those are gone.
I
the
mean,
classic ones that
You
were
are a
just
new burger.
discussing.
You are a new burger.
Yeah, I think what we should do is we should do a Believe in the Run Dickie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Trimmed or not? Make a decision.
No, I think the trim ones are called mock. Mock Dickies.
All right.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Dude, All right.
Anyway, do you want to talk about this on shoe?
I
that
do.
Everyone loves.
And I also have to give a shout out to Starbucks because my energy has lasted this long and I'm still going.
Do you think there's any caffeine in a
Imagine-
pistachio
Oh,
latte?
dude, there's 320 calories and a lot of sugar.
Imagine if you're someone from On and you've had to listen to this whole thing to get to the shoe.
Oh, no, my favorite is there's somebody
For us to talk about.
Somebody was like to one of our podcasts, worst shoe review ever. I'm like, yeah, probably is because that's you're not used to the drop. Like, man, you come to
Dude, I guess it makes sense. Someone might have come to this thinking it was a shoe review.
yeah, because
Oh,
we
man.
put in the title on shoe review.
Dude, what a disappointment.
They're like,
I'm not even going to index this one, so they have to search, so they have to find where the shoe review
You're
is.
going to get comments.
all right, so let's talk about this QC.
Yeah.
The On Cloudsurfer 2.
I didn't see. Did you watch the Roger Federer and Elmo commercial on on
I saw clips of
that
it.
On had?
Yeah.
Because wasn't it about
The
the
QC,
name?
yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I think it also looks like DQ.
Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I could do a Blizzard any day of the week.
Maybe they should just lean into that
Do you know if I was Dairy Queen, I'd redo my logo so it looked like that
Yeah.
and then make your beverages really expensive.
and put holes in them so that you save money because it's not filling the whole cup.
So it just fills out the side.
No, like make a cup with giant holes in it.
Just so the ice cream can breathe.
Yeah.
And they make good chicken tenders too, which
McFlurry.
no one really ever talks about their chicken tenders. But all right, so the Cloud Surfer 2, which I feel like there's been like 5 Cloud Surfers, but I think I'm just getting the cloud names mixed up.
I also
Yeah, there's a
think
lot of clouds.
sometimes their shoes all start to look the same.
Was there not a Cloud Surfer like in the first series of Ons?
I think they called it something else. I think because the Cloud Surfer that we just got, or the one before this, the original,
It's Cloud Swift.
I felt like that was, they had just changed the name from another shoe. But anyway, that original shoe was one that we were all pretty excited about because it's the first time that On didn't put a speed board in the shoe. And I think it was the first time or the second time that we tried a shoe that had this Helion foam, which is softer than what they were using beforehand.
Right, because the Cloud Monster.
Do you realize how many people use clouds to describe their shoes?
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Asics, Hoka, On.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. I mean, On's definitely done the best marketing because, like I was saying, I feel like people will study the brainwashing that went on in the first 5 years of On,
Yeah.
of how people convinced themselves that those shoes were comfortable. Now these shoes are comfortable. Like if I was walking in these shoes, yeah, for sure, no problem. Running in them,
If you were Martha Stewart, would you like these?
yeah. I mean,
I think I'd probably think they were an upgrade.
yeah, good prison
Hard to
shoes.
slip on,
Good prison shoes. Good white collar prison shoes for sure.
So the update of this shoe is pretty much just in the like tongue, collar, heel. They've added more padding essentially, and I'm pretty sure the midsole is the same.
Which is strange because you guys had I'm not reviewing this one. Carl and Robbie will probably do the video. You guys will do the written review.
Do you have your other pair here?
No,
Is there a pair over there?
he looked.
Man. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
It's so I've only done 2 4-mile runs in my pair so far, but it's just not. It just doesn't. I don't know. There's nothing great about it.
Which is strange because I think that it was just that it didn't suck the first time.
no.
No, that's not it.
Can you hand me that anyways? Oh. Yeah. So I just wanted to feel them. Okay, so even this, which is a Cloud Runner, yeah. I'm trying to see. This feels, even the Cloud Runner, I feel like this Helion feels softer than
Megan loves this one for cash.
than this
Yeah.
than the Cloud Surfer. I could be wrong,
You
but
can catch Megan outside in these.
I don't know. They feel pretty similar to me.
well, the Cloud Runner, yeah, we like that shoe. Jared even liked because it's a little more roomier. I feel like the fit.
Yeah.
That's my problem with some of the Ons is I think they're too roomy for me.
Yeah, and so anyway, Cloud Surfer 2, I just don't feel like I looked back to our Cloud Surfer review of the original one, and we all really liked it. In fact, I think we said it was like the best.
Yeah.
On at the time.
Yeah,
But that was 2 years ago.
It was
Right.
2 years ago, and I think that we were just like, oh, wow, it finally doesn't have a stiff, hard plate in it.
Yeah, and then we come to this one, which it just feels like a very average shoe. I've run 4 runs, like 6 miles each in it, and it's like the first 3 miles, I'm like, all right, like this is fine, and then after that, I'm like, I don't really want to wear it anymore. Like I just wish.
I feel like there's not enough like cushioning in the forefoot, and you feel the ground, and it's just unfortunately it's not exciting. And in today's world where we have all of these shoes with
That's the other thing.
such amazing tech and foams, it's just hard to get excited about it.
Well, and it's $160.
And
that's kind of.
yeah.
I thought this was $140 when I first was wearing it.
Is that a problem, though? Like, do you think it's now that there are shoes like the Nova Blast, the Evo SL, the Neo Zen, there's these shoes that are somewhat what I would consider in that category that are just have so much more of a fun factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, and they say that the stack on this is like 32.29, which I feel like it has to be higher than that, but
Maybe not mid.
I mean, not
insole.
32.29, 32.23, 9mm drop.
I also got an orange colorway that's just not cute, unfortunately.
It looks
that
exactly like the Eclipse.
That didn't help. No, there's black accents and it looks like Halloween.
Did you check the Eclipse?
Yeah, it's white.
Okay.
Well, all right. Yeah, I don't know. It's and this way also weighs a half ounce more than the last version as well.
Yep.
Which it's not the end of the world. It's still not super heavy or anything, but I don't know. I just
So far this year, though, with On, you guys like this shoe, the
Cloud Runner.
Well, it's
Cloud
from last
Runner.
year.
That's from last year,
okay.
but yeah.
So last year, I felt like the Monster 2 kind of fell short. Is our brief romance with On fading? What's going
No,
on?
I think they've got some good stuff. The what's the shoe that doesn't have
Cloud Boom Strike.
No, the Cloud Boom Strike was good, but what's the sockless one?
Oh, the light strike? I
light
mean,
strike.
the light spray.
Light spray.
By the way, Ryan tried it on. It fit him fine. He was able to get it on and off. And he said he would have to ask you if he could wear them for a race, but they seem to fit him pretty well.
I mean, he's more than welcome to.
Because that's a flex.
Yeah.
How much is that shoe?
It's a flex getting it on your
the
foot.
light spray? He said it wasn't that hard to get
That's insane.
I don't know how that's possible.
Like
because
I was
on.
sweating.
Maybe you stretched it out.
I almost broke my fingers.
Same. I was getting so mad. I've never been more angry putting a shoe on.
How much is the light spray?
It's got to be at least 300.
It's at least 300. Yeah.
And that's if you could get it, right?
I don't even think you can actually
Yeah,
buy it.
I don't think you can.
But the what was I gonna say? Oh, so there's also a Cloudsurfer Next. Did you know that?
No, what's that mean?
Can you look it up?
Yeah.
Because I forgot.
Is that like how there was a Cloud Monster and a Cloud? What was the monster?
Oh, the Cloud Monster Hyper.
Hyper, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's supposed to be like a lifestyle shoe, which I'm like, what is this supposed to be?
Ew. The all black color is not cute.
What does it say? What's the midsole on that?
It just says Helion Superfoam.
Okay. What's the difference?
Lighter engineered,
Next.
upper inspired by our race day shoes, agile foot rocker. I have no idea.
Okay. And how much is that one? Isn't that cheaper?
150.
Okay. So no clue
Yeah.
what the difference is.
I mean, it looks like, I don't know, like sleeker.
Right. Actually, I like that look better.
I agree.
We didn't review that though, right?
No, we don't have it.
I'm
I have
looking
no
forward
idea.
to the one that's supposed to be replacing the Eclipse.
Oh, the Max. Yeah, that one looks pretty solid.
And I like the concept behind it. I like some of these super trainers that are like alternatives to race shoes. For it could be a training shoe for some, and then
Right.
race day for others.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll write our review for this shoe, but probably not going to be my favorite shoe of the year.
All right, so you got a new scoring system. How would you score this shoe?
I wouldn't say it's new at this point. No.
I mean, we haven't used
All
it
right.
for a year yet.
That's true. All right. So a year. Yeah. I mean, I had already thought in my head probably like 4 out of 15.
Oh, 4 out of 15. That's
I was gonna go 7, but okay.
I think it's like,
wow.
I
Let's
think,
hear the breakdown.
well, I mean, it's, if we do it as 0 to 5 is like a red, 6 to 10 is a, yellow mid level. And then I think this is like one of the shoes that I least liked. So I would have to
I'm
put
saying
it
like you do form fit.
maybe 5. I would say like form is like a 2. I didn't really particularly love the fit. Maybe a 2 on that, and then probably 5, like a 1 on the function. I just don't think it's a. I mean, I'm sorry, like especially for $160, it's a different. If this is a $130 shoe like the SL2, I'd be like, all right, like
Yeah.
it's still not great, but it's $130. It's really hard. There's so many.
When you think about the shoes at that price point.
literally
yeah.
every other shoe, I feel like. I'm sorry, I'm really ripping the shoe to pieces here, but
I don't think you're ripping it to pieces. I think this is the good conversation of, look, On has some good shoes in the lineup. This isn't one that's hitting for you guys, but I think at the same time, this is that is the where the bar is being raised. Like right now, if someone said to you, "Hey, I've got $150 to spend, or 160 to spend," what 3 shoes would you recommend?
Like Glycerin 22, Evo SL, Mizuno Neo Zen, and probably Glycerin 22 because I think that's just a good, solid, reliable daily trainer. Those are probably my 3 favorites. I mean, you could say, well, I think the Hyperion Max is more. I think it's like 170. So yeah, I would say those 3 are my favorites.
How about for you, Meg?
I mean, I can agree with that. I think how much is the Nike Zoomfly?
That's like 170.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know prices enough to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Brooks, I think Hyperion Max is like 165, 170, and then the Glycerin Max is 200.
Yeah.
The 3 I'm most enjoying right now would be Neo Zen, Evo SL, and this is a shocker to me, but because I didn't even really want to review it, was the 880, the New Balance 880.
Well, also you like the Solomon.
I was going to say the
Ultra
Aeroglide.
Or
yeah, the
Aeroglide, right?
Aeroglide.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I could also name. I'd probably, even though I didn't give it the greatest review, I'd throw the A6 Nova Blast in there too.
Yeah.
So if I had 5, Nova Blast,
I would put
Aeroglide, 880, Neo Zen, and Evo SL.
I would put the Nova Blast in there as well too. I have been running in that more after work because I just will go for whatever's in the office, and I'm like, it's a pretty nice shoe. I know we like ding the upper a little bit, but even then, I'm like, I don't know. It's
You
for
coming
140
around on the upper?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's $140. It's a pretty solid,
I'm just so used to
solid trainer.
ASICs really killing it on the upper.
Yeah,
And I felt like this one was just a little less fitted than
yeah, that's true.
some of the other ones. So I think maybe it's on within the line. I dinged it harder because I'm used to a certain level of fit with them that I found that I didn't get in that one.
The ride is nice. It's like very smooth. I wish I would take it over the Nimbus for sure.
Oh, def.
Yeah.
Faux show. Faux show.
Anyways,
All right.
this tongue isn't gusseted either.
This one was.
Yeah. That was the only problem with the Evo SL that they need
That's
to
what
fix.
people are saying. I don't.
You
it
did.
doesn't
You
slide
said that in the
around.
written review, though.
That makes sense.
You literally did say that.
Okay. That
You're like
makes
the
sense.
only thing I would give this is the tongue.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You heard it from me.
All right. I think that wraps up our second edition of this week's podcast.
The drop.
That's
Believe in the run.
yeah. Let's hope this saved. We
Don't even joke.
We actually started backing these.
Dude,
up
if this
now.
didn't save, what are we going to do?
I'm out.
Just end the podcast?
Yeah.
We can't do this a third time.
All right.
You know what to say, Meg.
Hi, Ma.
Get a good stretch, got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you wanna tuck run, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop. DROP.